Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to this Utopian Global web presentation. My name is Claudia Eifert, and I am going to host this presentation here this evening live from Germany. So welcome, everybody on the call who did take the time today, Saturday evening, or for some of you guys, actually, it's Saturday morning still over there across the big ocean. So good morning to you, or good early afternoon, but of course over here it's already evening, and we have people as well on the call from different parts of Africa and Asia where it's going into nighttime. So welcome all of you to come on board and actually listen to what we have to present here for you guys with Utopian Global. And as you already can see here, the modern way to build and grow wealth. So let's get a little bit of an intro. Some of you guys, of course, have heard me many times. Some of you have never listened to this presentation. So I'm really talking to all of you, but of course, very much to the people who have never listened to any of our Utopian Global presentations and have been sent by somebody, obviously, to listen to what we do and how we can help you certainly improve your life, improve your lifestyle, and your finances. So myself, I am with day one, or since day one, better to say, with this great company, Utopian Global. So I started when 2008, when actually the company was launched, in fact, a little bit early. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of a story, because it's really always key and important to know stories, why we actually launched this amazing business. Because it's at the end of the day, it's the stories which really tell, right? And we all like stories. That's why children, they love to be put to bed and hear a good night story. Well, it's all about that. It's those stories of people who changed their life. It's those stories where, of course, people, individuals, ordinary people could, because of an amazing business system, really change their life and build wealth. And so myself, I was actually introduced to not the company, but actually to this individual, our CEO and founder of the company, Bill Rao, many years. That is, I was working in a large company, a billion-dollar company, which sold different kinds of nutritional products, health products, beauty care products. And Bill himself, a very successful entrepreneur, owning hotels in Australia, and everything which has to do, of course, with hotels, from running a driving bottle shop, which they have in Australia. That's the way they do it over there. And from nightclubs to casinos and all what, a hotel complex has, of course. And so it was very successful, but he also had built a side hustle, but a side hustle which was actually paying him a very big six-figure income. And so I was working at this company where we sold this nutritional products, and I was head of customer service, and I would oversee, of course, the people ordering and all this stuff. And I was like most people, working really hard, but just, at the end of the day, just barely have to survive. And so I was looking for other avenues, to other vehicles, to other opportunities. And of course, as most people, what do? Well, they trade more time for money. Unfortunately, not to understand that this is not the smartest way. So I did go out, of course, like most people, and looked for a second job. Only to find out, well, my time is really flying somehow, but the wealth I wanted to create is really not happening. And so when Bill introduced me actually to there are different ways to generate income. There is different ways to leverage your time and efforts. And because I knew, because of the background in this company, what he was making, very part-time, but certainly I was very intrigued. And not only that, I wanted to basically get involved in anything what he was doing, because, well, he had what I didn't have. Of course, you always look for people who have more. If you want to create more, you shouldn't look for people who don't have. You should look and associate yourself with people who have more if you want and your desire is to have more. And so this is what I did. And Bill, a little bit later, probably 1.5 years later, he said, look, I'm going to start this company, Utopian Global, and I'm going to have different kind of products, and you may are used to nutritional products. I'm going to actually do something which is really benefiting everybody, and that is wealth building products, assets, gold, silver, and other income producing assets. And I really like that idea. Why? Well, because again, because of Bill's background, what he had achieved. Obviously I was there, I was straight away with it. I knew this is what I want to do, because what other option did I had? I was in a red race. Yes, I was not making bad money, but still, you know, always continuously trading that time, which nobody ever is going to get back, for that currency, which is losing value over time. So long story short, Bill founded this company to help ordinary people make extraordinary wealth by number one, understanding how our market, how our financial system works, understanding how our money works, by really making people aware that they need to own gold and silver. Reality is, if you are in the United States or in Canada or in, you know, Western Europe, I would say, reality is very few people own gold and silver. Now, if you are in Turkey, okay, if you are in parts of Asia, well, you certainly own a little bit more gold and silver. Why? Because you have been taught differently, and you went through different geopolitical systems or problems, so that you understand a little bit better gold and silver. And so gold and silver is which really belongs in any portfolio. And why? But because gold and silver is a hedge against inflation. Problem is, it's really expensive to buy just a piece of gold. And so ordinary folks, usually they don't have the means to do so. And this is why our system, which we have put in place, from as little as 25 euros or pounds or dollars, you can actually get involved and get access to the best gold and silver available on planet Earth from the #1 refinery. And this is really cool. And the great thing is, and I'm going to show this to you as well, you can anytime withdraw your money when you wish. So really beautiful. So you need to have gold and silver. I'm going to touch on that a little bit more. But you also need to have income producing assets. So you need to have vehicles which can make you more money from the money you own or you have, to make more money. And we're going to touch on that as well, because this is also part of this platform, really having money working for you while you sleep. I really love that saying, which I eventually achieved. Bob Proctor always taught me that. And Bob Proctor is the personal development coach, which you also have coaching programs here in Utopian Global once you become an affiliate. But he always said, you got to make more money while you sleep that you can spend when you are awake. Now, this sounds foreign to some people, but you know what? You can actually do that. You can achieve. If I could, you can too as well. But you also need, especially today, a business. You need a side hustle. You need a side business. You just never know, and we just have seen that, haven't we? If your business will be still wrong, you just don't know. You need to diversify. Very, very important. So we offer a platform where you can have a side hustle and make and generate money from that side hustle. So let's look at some of the challenges, you know, people face today. You know, no money, high debt, and a lot of countries, high student loans, no savings, and very low or no assets. And a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. Now, this was already of course, before this pandemic, people were already living paycheck to paycheck. But then, of course, we also have no jobs. And we have actually a fact which is very scary in one sense, and that is in the next 15 years, there will be 40% of the jobs be replaced. That means these jobs are never going to come back. They're gone. So if you are now maybe studying right now, maybe, or you're a parent and you have kids in college, well, it could be very likely that when they finish their college and they studied for a profession, that this will not be around anymore, or not the way they were taught, because the world is changing very, very, very fast. And so the ruling paradigm, really, which, my parents taught me, and that is, get a good education, then find a great company who's gonna actually pay you very well. But the thing is that right now, most people are struggling. So with myself, when I started in 2008, from having a great college education, university, and being a manager in that company, still it wasn't enough what I was earning, because my rent, my car, my expenses, they ate everything up. So if in my prime working time, I already struggled, well, how am I going to live with 1/3 when I get my pension, which wasn't enough, during those prior 40 years I worked. And this is a huge problem. So many people, when they are in their 30s and 40s, they don't really think about it. This is big, this is huge, because when the pension system was invented in 1915, it was invented that people live until, they're 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, or something like that, but certainly not until 80, until 90. In fact, millennials, the statistic says, they are now living until 100 years of age, but this pension system was never designed to. And then, of course, another phenomenon, and that's back then when it was designed, and this is, of course, in the Western world. I mean, when we talk about, of course, some other parts, they don't even have a pension system, but let's talk about the pension systems here. In 1950, you had 16.5 workers paying in your social security system, in your pension system per retiree. Well, today it is 2.9, but by the end of this decade, it's going to be 2 workers or less. Where's the money coming from? Will you ever see a pension? Well, I know my estimate pension is going to be around, because I get my statistics, my estimates every year sent from the government, it's going to be around 200 euros. Well, around 200 euros, probably if I get to my pension, I can go out twice for dinner, but that's it. So I cannot live from that. So the rules of money have changed. You got to understand that. You have to understand, and this is why you need to own precious metals. You need to own gold or silver. You need, because we know now, of course, since pandemic, people are saving a lot more. But the problem is they are saving in the wrong assets. They save in currency. Well, bringing currency at the bank, let's say you flash back 20 years, you would get from the bank a 5% return on your money, right? That's flashback 20 years, not anymore, long time, not anymore. But let's say, what would you have to have required to be in the bank just to get that? Let's say if you wanted to have a $50 passive income, and we can show you this easily here, you would have needed $12,000 in the bank, okay, on a 5%. Now, in order to get an extra 625 on a monthly basis on a bank term deposit with 5%, $150,000. And for a 10K, you would have needed $2.4 million in a bank term deposit if you, of course, the bank would give you 5%. But then you needed, of course, to stay also full term, because otherwise you get penalized. You see, with gold or silver, you don't have to. But let's say 1%. And I am in Germany, where I host this presentation here. I'm German. So our system, you don't find any more 1%. Now, there may be some banks somewhere in a foreign country where you still get a 1%. Not anymore here, because we have negative interest rates, meaning I pay now my bank, that my bank stores my money I work so hard for. So I actually get less back. And I even have to thank them, and I even have to, be grateful if I get it back, but I can't withdraw it all. No, 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 no. They do limitations to you. So you can only withdraw bit by bit. But let's look at the 1%. In order to make a $50 or pounds or euros, you need 60,000 in the bank on a 1%. Now, in order to make a 625, and we can show you how to do that fairly quick here, you need 750, that's a 3/4 of almost to a million in the bank, or of course 12 million for in order to make it $10,000. So this is absolutely crazy, and this is why your currency is actually working against you. Your currency is working against you. So we have actually a currency destruction. So what will $100 actually be worth in a couple of years? We know from statistics that every 8 years your purchasing power loses half of it. Of course, that means if I today earn €100, well, in 8 years, it only buys me goods and services for €50. Or, of course, my bread, my butter, my ice cream, my whatever products I'm eating on a daily basis, maybe ice cream not, but if you're me, like you probably do, then you pay double for that. Now I ask you the question, are you earning every 8 years double the income? Probably not. So if you save, this is what I only want to demonstrate here. If you save in paper currency, no matter what currency, no matter which country, you're always gonna lose, because it's always gonna lose value. So that means you're trading your time and you're losing, and that is not just fair. So why not work for something that stores value over time? And this is where gold comes in, because gold has held its value for thousands of years, and it's not what matters. It's the price, because some people, they are so on the stock exchange, what is the price? No, I don't care. I'm not a trader. I'm not a day trader. If I'm a day trader, well, I've got to look at the price, but I'm not a day trader. I buy gold or silver for what? To store my value, my time, which I never get back. Well, I want that this time I trade for a currency that this is being protected. That's all I want. And so this is why all wealthy people have part of their portfolio in good times around 5%. I would, as I would, of course, say, we are not living in a good time right now, Andre. We are living in a very scary time right now, 10 to 20%. That's what, of course, the insiders do. They own so much in gold or silver in these times. Now, there's times we're going to liquid, but this right now is the time for accumulation. And so in Roman times, an ounce of gold, 31 grams, would, dress yourself beautifully with the latest fine toga at the time and a pair of leather sandals. 100 years ago, 31 grams still would dress yourself beautifully. But also with $20, 100 years ago, that is, you could actually for $20 buy 1 ounce of gold. Now, what would happen had you saved the $20? What could you buy with $20 today? Not much. Had you saved an ounce of gold, well, you would get probably right now $1,800, $1,900 for it. That means you still can dress yourself beautifully. So that just means that gold, of course, never loses its purchasing power, while your paper currency we work so hard for is losing always. We can make this example on the house. I mean, the average house back in 1971, well, would cost you around $25,000, or compared in ounces of gold, you would actually need 720 ounces of gold to buy that average size house. By 2020, today, you need probably $280,000 for an average size house. Now, not in California, I understand, but in the other parts. Or only 143 ounces of gold. How come? Why do I need less gold? Well, because gold maintains its purchasing power while your paper is actually going one direction and one direction only. And that direction, unfortunately, is going backwards. So gold has actually outperformed all major currencies over time. It has. Any currency, and you can go, is if you don't believe me, you can go to a website which is called goldprice.org. That is goldprice.org. Type in any currency from this planet Earth, and you will see over time, gold always outperformed all major currency. The same goes to silver. Silver is just a little bit more volatile, but silver also, when it really shoots up, it shoots up very much higher. Now we are right now in the third gold bull market. I don't have time to go into it. I could really give you a great lecture here, but we don't. The thing is that you need to have gold or silver. Ask yourself, how much do you own? And if you don't, well, now is the time to get started. And this is the beauty about our platform, because you don't need to necessarily buy a kilo of gold or 100 gram or 50 gram. You can actually, from as little as 25 euros, and everybody can afford 25 euros. Everybody can put aside 25 euros and convert that into physical gold or silver, or gold and silver, into physical gold and silver. And we buy our gold from Argo Horias, the largest basically it's a refinery in Switzerland. It's the largest refinery. It's the #1. They do all the gold for the Rolex watches and the Philippe Patek watches and so on. And we source the gold from Argo Horias. We also have LBMA, that is London Bullion Market Associated, good delivery, meaning we actually also ship to the countries. FedEx actually does ship and does secure the shipments. Of course, you need to have enough grams available that you then can convert into a physical coin or a physical bar. But we also offer secure private vaulting. That means we are living again in an unprecedented time. You cannot have all your eggs in one basket. I can't ponder on that more. If you think in your country you're safe, I tell you what, think twice. I know my history, and German history is not necessarily the best history when it comes to that. So I acknowledge that. They pondered this into us very much when we were little. So you got to be diversified, and diversification also means diversification outside your domicile, outside your country. Now, which country, I ask you that question, which country hasn't been in any war over 700 years? Switzerland. Yes, why would they not be in war? If all around Switzerland, the First World War, the Second World War, Balkan War, I mean, literally surrounded with, why not Switzerland? Well, because everybody stores the wealth there, the good, the bad, and the rich, and so on. That's why they never attack it. So we, of course, have we work together with also an LBMA, London Bullion Market Associated, storage facility, Loomis, where we have secure private vaulting with the best of the best. This is really beautiful, and it's also, of course, independent audited. So anytime, 24/7 access, you wish to sell your gold or silver, you can do so. It's easy. There's no question asked. We just sell it back to the refinery and you get your cash out. You can withdraw your cash either to your bank or withdraw it even in big Bitcoins. You can do that. So it's really, really great. But as I said, this is one part. I hope by now everybody understood why you need to have gold or silver. And now we are not financial advisors, so I'm not going to tell you how much exactly. I'm just telling you that that's what the wealthy people do in ordinary times, not in good times. I mean, they put 5% in gold or silver, and in bad times they put 10 to 20% in. You can do whatever you want, so it's not an investment advice here. But what you also need is income producing assets. What does it mean by? Well, having money working for you, actually owning real assets which produce real income. Now, we have what we call a platform. It's STORE, stands for Sustainable Technology and Resource Holding. It's a separate company. And we, through Utopian Global, did raise funds for STORE so that we could all together purchase an asset which usually only really wealthy people can buy. And that is what we did. Unfortunately, this is not available for United States citizens, but we're going to have very soon other really great products where you can get involved in. But this particular asset is not available for United States citizens, but for the rest you can. And so STORE is pretty simple. It invests in these assets, and we collectively could buy actually this asset, which produces around 750 to 800 barrels of oil on a daily basis, and has 90 active wells, meaning producing on a daily basis. Now, right now, oil price is down. We understand that it's very much down than when it was before this pandemic, but it's a great field because for many, many years, this has potential to actually produce oil there because of the proven reserves there is. And that means for the people who put money into STORE, they will see payouts from that revenues STORE is actually there generating. And Ryan Messer, he's heading up STORE together with his team of people who are in industry insiders, industry experts, working in the field of natural resources, from mineral mining, mineral exploration, oil, gas, obviously, exploration, refining, marketing, and so on. A team of 250 years of expertise working together here on this great project to really always source good, viable products for you. So this is the second part. Now we're entering into the third part of our vehicle. And, this may be not for you. That could be the case, but maybe it is. I think everybody today, as I said in the beginning, we need another source of income. And what we have here is another source of income by actually owning your life or better your life. If presented with the right opportunity, what area would you like to better? I know for me it was finances, time, and lifestyle. Definitely. My money was crap. Yes, I was making, but month was always had more days than I had left. Time, of course, I had no, because I was working too much, and therefore I didn't have a great lifestyle. So if you are ready right now to secure your financial future today and boost your income and build your future, then you have two choices to join. One, you become a customer and you hedge your money, okay, from inflation through gold and silver. You're hedging it. You have an insurance policy. You have an insurance policy for your car. You have an insurance policy for your house, for all that stuff. Do you have it for your time you trade? You got to think about that. This time is never going to come back. That's your most valuable good, is your time. Yet you don't have an insurance policy, but it's a little bit strange, isn't it? Well, this is what gold and silver does. It's an insurance policy. So you can buy gold or silver from as little as 25 euros. And then, of course, you can get involved into STORE and earn from the income that asset is producing. Now, this is the customer. Or you become an affiliate. And as an affiliate, now you have an option to market our products and services and actually making money from the marketing of our products and services to customers and also to affiliates. And so there's some different ways how you can earn and make money. The business cost, or the startup cost for the business, where you get assets actually included, starts with 99 euros up to 3,500, and we have investors packages from 9,000 euros. So literally for anybody, for people who say, you know what, I'm coming from, I don't know, let's say Ghana. So you say, well, I don't really have so much money. Understand? This is different than here in Germany. Yes, so of course we have a 99 euro. You can actually buy and you can own a business. You can have your own, let's say, franchise with that, your marketing platform, all of that, 99 euro. If you're from Europe, well, I would say, look, I mean, right now there's a lot of bailouts, there's a lot of things you're getting. So yes, we have people working short time, but then they get covered. So, you know, Europe is pretty much very, very well looked after, isn't it? So you could really start with a higher package, because as higher the package, as more assets are actually included, and as more bonuses when you build the business is will also unlock, or as more access you get. So there's really two ways to make money. Option one is you simply refer customers who buy gold and silver, who buy store. Simple. And option two is you refer people, affiliates, who also wish to market the products and services and build a side hustle by, of course, promoting our products and services. Those are the two ways. And we pay daily, we pay weekly, and we pay monthly. Very, very simple. We pay via bank transfer and via Bitcoin. And I know we have lots of people, they love, especially lately, to accumulate Bitcoin. They have done very well. They have just done well by holding on to Bitcoin, haven't they? Which they were making, of course, from their commissions. So it's a very simple financial rewards program to share and earn in 3 steps. Step 1, you buy your affiliate asset package. Step 2, you refer the program and you earn fast track commissions. So for a low business package, really, including the €50 monthly asset accumulation plan activation, you can start your own business. Now, let's think about that. What does it take to open a franchise? A lot of money, a lot of luck on your side as well. And you got to market, most definitely. So does it give you a guarantee? Not really. So you could open a franchise, pay a lot of money, and you still could fail. In fact, most franchises fail. Well, here, you always own assets. Now, you can't destroy gold or silver, it's undestroyable. So it always represents a value. But I'm going to show you, of course, how you can make money with that. So let's say you purchased whatever package you purchased, and you now have somebody, of course, who wants to also come on board and wants to buy a package. Well, you see, what are you actually getting for every or any of those packages? Anytime you actually refer somebody and that person comes in and buys a 99 or 390 or 35, whatever package, you make an amazing commission. 3,500, you make almost €1,000 commission. Now, €1,000 commission, it's sort of like the minimum salary in Germany. You make that with one package referring. I mean, hello? That's crazy. But the great thing, and I love that, is step 2, refer free customers, affiliates, and your business startup cost is free. Now, you know, everybody wants to have their business, when they start a business, they always ask, well, how long does it take to be cash flow positive? When do I get my money back? Well, with 3 people, you actually have your money back. Let's say you came in with whatever package you came in, and you actually refer to 3 people who come with a 390 in. Well, let's say you came in with a 390, you prefer to 3 people who came in with a 390, you earn €440. Now, that already covered your 390, plus you get your assets, plus you have enough left for the second month of your activations of your €50, where you get, of course, also assets in it. So you're really on your path to success, to wealth. So now step 3 is really build a network. You, with the people you introduced, let's say those 3 people, well, all what you do is you help those 3, help their 3. And all of a sudden now, you start making money, not only anymore from your own efforts, but you have what we call actually leverage, or power of compounding, leveraging your time and money. Why is that? Well, look at that. A cent doubled every day over 31 days is actually over 10 million. Why? Because of the power of compounding, of leveraging your time. When you refer to 3 people and you help them get off to success, you help them get started, well, they're going to start sharing, and you're going to also make a little commission of the person and the people they shared it with, and they shared it with, and they shared it with. And that is really the beauty. You see, when you, and I always say, look, when you buy products, let's say from a cosmetic company, let's say a really famous L'Oreal. And so let's say you buy products from L'Oreal. Well, most of the money for L'Oreal to promote and to market goes what? Into the marketing agency, not into the product, into those beautiful ambassadors and those beautiful models who are actually building that brand. Well, in Utopian Global, that's not the case. Utopian Global pays you to market the products and services, and that's why they can pay various levels in your organization. This is why when you help 3 people get started, and you help those 3 people, so now you're 9, and you help them each get 3, now you're 27, that's why you get a small commission on all those people, of course, what? Doing one thing and one thing only, and that is consuming 50 euros monthly assets, gold, silver, or store. So they get actually real assets on a monthly basis. So real savings, just without bringing it to the bank and having it in paper where it's losing. Here it's actually maintaining its purchasing power because you save in precious metals or income producing assets. And this is a very, very different paradigm. This is a very, very different concept. And this is really great because you always have value. Now I like this other companies, they do potions and lotions and all the other notions, holidays, travels, and all those deals, but we have assets. You always have assets. You can't destroy gold or silver. I said it before. So let's say the magic of free. Imagine all you did is help 3 people get an instant paycheck and taught them to do the same. You help 3, you help 3, you help 3, you help 3. Well, all of a sudden, your 7th level, you would be at a total team of 2,187, but you didn't introduce all of them. You helped 3, who helped 3. And now your bonus check would actually equal around 8,263 euros. Now, this is a nice money. And all what the people did is buy 50 euro monthly. That's all what they did. This is what you will make. Now, let's add one more person. Instead of helping 3, do +1. Help 4 people get an instant paycheck and teach them to do the same. So all of a sudden, your team could look like 21,000 people. And I said in the beginning of this presentation, when I was introduced to this concept, power of leverage, power of compounding of time, Utopian Global didn't exist. I was introduced to that through, of course, our founder, Bill Rowell, who, by accident or not, or circumstances, worked or had a very, very side hustle in the company I worked for. That billion-dollar nutritional company, which today still exists. It's, I think, now almost approaching their 40 years of existence. So it's still around today. It's very successful. In fact, they have a huge growth. They have nutritional products, really great products. So people are still getting paid from it. But Bill introduced me to that concept, the power of leverage and time. And Bill, this is the point I was making, he had a team of almost 50,000 people. Okay. Now this is a team of 21,000 people. You introduced 4, who helped 4. You may have to introduce a little bit more than 4 to get really 4 leaders. Definitely you have to, but this is the numbers just don't lie. If those 4 stay on their 50 euro monthly, help those 4, and they all consume 50 euro monthly, you know, you're looking at this bonus check. Now let's say, what's happening if you add one more person? The power of 5. The power of 5. Now this is a team which equals around 97,000 people. Now, again, you help 5, who help 5, who help 5, but your bonus check would now look like 195,000 euro a month. Now this is big. Even if just 10% is true, just 10%, that's over 19,000. It's almost 20,000 now. 20,000 a month, very, very few people earn that. This is the same in, of course, our industry. It's the same because very few people go that extra mile, that extra step, make that extra commitment. Okay, that's just the way it is. For me, this is my baby. I do that. I don't do nothing else. Okay, I didn't started with 2 jobs, then made money, I could quit my second job, and then made more money, could quit my main job. And so this is what I'm doing. Okay, not everybody want to do that. Some people just want to do something part-time. Some people want to do a little bit more part-time. So that all depends on you. But even if just 1% would be true, 1%, that would be still 1,900 euros. Now, in Germany, that is the average income. That's the average income for people. And you make that here if just 1%, if 1% only would be true. So this is really, really cool. So step one, again, to recap, select your package, get started to build real assets and have real income. Step two, refer to free. And your commissions cover now your premium package cost, meaning your business has paid for itself. Step three, build a network and get paid to save, as I never paid for my gold or silver and never paid for my store. I never did. Why? Well, because I used my commissions to cover for my costs. That's why we say pay to save. With 7 customers who just are on their 50 euro asset accumulation plan on a monthly basis, your 50 euros is already covered. And everything you need to succeed, we have for you. Your replicated website, your state-of-the-art back office, marketing funnel, video multimedia tools, world-class coaching, training calls, events, all that is there. And even your Utopian Global luxury rewards and holidays. So literally everything is here for you in your time to build wealth with passive income. Start today, because when? If you're not starting today, when are you ever going to make a choice in your life or change the way if you're not currently happy with your present results? You see, change is inevitable. It's inevitable. Things are changing all the time. But your personal growth, your growth is a choice only you can make. So contact your affiliate today. The person who invited you, contact them, get started, get their link, and get started and start inviting people so that you can make money already today. So just at the end, important notice, the Utopian Global Compensation Plan is an amazing, exciting opportunity that rewards you for referring our services. And although the opportunity is unlimited, individual results will vary depending on your commitment levels and sales skills of each participant. It's clear. So these income projections should not be considered as guarantees of projections of your actual earnings or profits from the marketing plan, because the success with it comes from hard work. I got to talk to people. In order, of course, if I decide to do the business in order to, of course, make money, right? So, and the store is not licensed for sale in the United States, so therefore you cannot offer it there. You sell it and deliver store in the United States. And we have a 14 days money back guarantee. So again, the time to get in is now, to take control of your financial future, because you never change your life until you change something you do daily. And the secret of your success is actually found in your daily habits and your daily routine. With that, I want to say thank you, guys. I'm going to just check if our founder and CEO came on call, because he is in Dubai working on an amazing new project. I'm excited. He is actually right now overseeing that, so he's not on the call. But any questions you guys have, please let me know. Tommy, Sean, Reggie, Prudence, Paula, Sahir, Mohammed, Michael, Evelyn, Florence, Diane, Brian, anybody who has a question, please let me know. Angelique, and very soon we're going to also have a new store update call with Ryan Messer. So this is going to come definitely before Christmas. Yes, it's going to come before Christmas. With that, if there's no other question, I'm just checking still here on the social media and so on. If I can see them. If not, this recording will be uploaded, of course, on the YouTube channel, but also tomorrow we do have another presentation. In fact, Reggie from Texas, he's going to host tomorrow a presentation for you that is at 1 p.m. Central Time. So this is Texas time. It's 1 p.m. That is going to be 2 p.m. New York time. That's going to be 7 p.m. UK time. That's going to be 8 p.m. in Germany and Belgium and Holland. So there will be another presentation. It's not going to be a webinar. It's actually going to be live stream on the social media, on Facebook and on YouTube. So I really encourage you, follow us on Facebook, follow Utopian Global on Facebook. Okay, make sure you follow it. Follow Utopian Global on Twitter, follow Utopian Global on Instagram, follow Utopian Global on Telegram. So you LinkedIn, you got to follow it in order, of course, to stay connected. And so with that, guys, thank you so much. And I wish you all a safe and blessed evening. And I hope some of the things I shared with you today, some of the things made sense. And I hope some of the actions that you are gonna take. I really wish that for you. So with that, thank you so much and have a good evening.